When you kill one, you are the scourge of humanity. When you kill a million, people will want to talk about peace with you. From blatantly lying and deceiving his own populace to bringing back war to Europe on a scale not seen since 1945, it is clear that Russia under Putin is a threat to Europe and to the whole world. Now, fortunately, the world has shown some backbone and has completely condemned this invasion. And not only that, but equipment has also been sent. However, talks of peace are starting to pop up. Talks like, this war in Ukraine, it costs us too much. It's a waste of our tax dollars. We need peace. This war needs to stop. Now, I think that both you and I can agree that it is best for Ukraine and for Russia if this war is stopped. But the peace terms that are being suggested are unacceptable. Ukraine is to go with Russia around the table, and they are to decide which pieces of Ukraine are going to be given up for a ceasefire. Yes, I say a ceasefire because do not labor under the assumption that Putin will keep his word if a peace is ever to be established in Ukraine. This war could end today, this very day. If Putin orders all of his soldiers to leave Ukrainian lands, no Ukrainian will follow into Russia. Yes, Russian land has been attacked, Russian cities have been bombed, Russian civilians have sadly been killed. But these attacks will stop immediately, the moment the last Russian boot leaves Ukraine. But it is clear that that's not going to happen, and that Putin is dead set on conquering. Now, what is the world to do with a country under a dictatorship, with a populace either too indifferent or too oppressed to do anything about it? What is the world to do about that? I would say the answer is this: the complete isolation of Russia. Now, I know that there are already trade sanctions in place, but this is not enough. I'm not for trade sanctions. I'm for a complete embargo. Nothing that comes from Russia is to arrive anywhere within the civilized world. And nothing is to be sent to Russia. All embassies currently in Russia pack up and leave back to their own respective countries. And all Russian embassies anywhere in the world, shut them down immediately. The people that work there, send them back home. Let them go back to Russia. Russians working abroad, living abroad, have them relinquish their Russian passport and acquire one of the country where they live now. If they refuse to do that, send them back to Russia, no matter how much they will be missed or how irreplaceable they might be. The only way for Russia to redeem itself in the eyes of the world is by immediately leaving all of Ukraine alone. This includes those two puppet people's republics, which have no legitimacy at all, and the Crimean Peninsula, which ultimately does not belong to its conqueror. So I call on you, the person watching this, cut Russia out of your life. No Russian products, no Russian media, no Russian food, no Russian people unless they explicitly tell you that they themselves would have loved to drag Putin out of the Kremlin and send him over to Siberia to let him rule over a bunch of trees for the rest of his life. Because that's the only thing that Putin deserves right now. Slava Ukraina.